Hello, it's Bernadette from BernadetteGold.com. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to break repetitive patterns of self-sabotage. All right, so let's talk about first, what are repeating patterns? What are repetitive patterns? Do you guys know what your repetitive patterns are? And when I talk about repetitive patterns in reference to and specifically in regard to self-sabotage, it's things like you set a goal to lose some weight, like 20 pounds, and you begin to start that process and you lose, say, 10 or 20, and then something happens and you gain it all back, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? We do it with patterns in relationships where we pick the same person. The same flags are up. We make the same excuses. Different face, different name, same relationship ends up unfolding because we have a repetitive pattern and we're drawing the person that meets that pattern to us. And you cannot change your entire life at once. Let me be very clear about that, because I have a lot of people that'll they take on, they're like, I'm going to change my whole life, and they think they can change it all in one fell swoop. Let me take everything on at one time. You have to focus on one of those areas. And then you need to figure out what the repeating pattern is, exactly what's happening when you are kicking into repeating behaviors, which is unconscious behaviors that get you back up. Like weight loss is an easy one to reference. Say, you're setting out to lose that 20 pounds and you've lost it, right? But then something happens and you begin to doubt in yourself. You begin to question, your own worthiness again. And then how you deal with the stress of that is you eat, or you stop exercising, you stop doing the things that you did to lose that 20 pounds. And then it comes back, right? And then here we go again, lose it again. Something else happens, rips your self-esteem from you, makes you question yourself. Maybe a relationship ends, where I'm back into the same behaviors, right? What you need to do to break those is create a pattern interrupt. But first identify. So what is the pattern? What is happening? Like, what's the repeating sort of thing that every time I have self-sabotage, every time I've repeated these behaviors, what happened right before? What am I unconsciously reacting to? Figure that out. And then you need to create a pattern interrupt, which means that you consciously choose to be aware of, okay, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to lose this 20 pounds. If something stresses me out, instead of running to the refrigerator to self-soothe and find comfort food, I'm going to go walk. I'm going to go walk for 6 miles. I'm going to walk until that craving's gone. Every time I'm upset, every time my mind's out of control, right? So instead of going to the fridge, say no to that, and then you go walk. When you hit that pattern interrupt, that becomes your new automatic reaction, and then you can do something different. I see a lot of people do it with money and business, right? Like they go on this cycle of working really hard, achieving certain goals, making money, and then they can only sit there for so long before their mind starts putting out fearful thoughts, and then self-sabotage happens again. It's more subtle because it's all like mental, it's all mindset stuff, right? But if your programming is that it's difficult to hold on to money, that bills are too expensive, and that's your belief system, you're actually magnetized to you events that will rip that money away from you. And you need to learn how to pattern interrupt that too with your mindset. For many years, it's been easy on this planet to just stay distracted enough to not face our shadows, to not face the things that are holding us back, right, on a level of humanity, global scale, within relationships, and just how we live our lives. We can't run from it anymore. So all of this stuff that you guys are feeling right now, and you're like, I feel like I need to get a handle on my life. I feel like I need to stop sabotaging myself, my efforts with my health, my efforts with my, finances, with relationships. I need to break these patterns. There's a reason that you're feeling it. And it's better that you consciously choose to do something about it before you drop into the bottom of the barrel sort of emotions than it is for you to just let it ride, right? And then come to someone like me when you're in crisis. If you're not in crisis, that's the best time to take it on. If you're already in crisis, book a session with me and I'll get you out of crisis mentally and emotionally enough to start doing the work for yourself. Once you reconcile and come back to a place of union within you, you won't sabotage anymore. You won't keep making the same mistakes. This is a time of breaking patterns in a big way.